Let's get on Thacker. Yesterday, the Ruin DLC for FNAF Security Breach was released. Now, unfortunately, I cannot play this game, but I have watched a few playthroughs of it. No, I'm not wearing this entire video, these lenses are heavy. First of all, let's just talk about the DLC itself. Yeah, it was scarier than normal Security Breach. They delivered what they promised. Steel Wool delivered. A nice creepy atmosphere, and some nice jump scares, and it's overall a major creep factor that I just loved. So Security Breach was missing, and what we haven't gotten FNAF, and honestly, since like Help Wanted. And we got revealed that the canon ending is the Princess Quest ending, which I was a firm believer in the after ending being the canon ending, but I guess, this is fine too. Honestly, it made the second most sense in my mind. I was always thinking, okay, if it wasn't the after ending, it would be Princess Quest, and it was Princess Quest, so I was fine with it. I was happy. And it made sense why the place is in ruin. An earthquake happened. We see that on the newspapers in the front of the game, like the beginning of the game. Now, sneaky little suspicion here, a little mini theory. Maybe that was this fast entertainment that kind of cover up the sinkhole that happened, so people wouldn't think, oh, people were visiting the Pizzaplex and there was a sinkhole sinking further and further, expanding and expanding. They were in danger, so they might try to cover up, oh, no god, it was an earthquake. But it also could literally just been an earthquake. Either way, it was a nice way to explain why the Pizzaplex is in ruins when we're going with this ending. And I like how it was revealed that this ending is the canon ending. We get the little comics, and they are of course, all the endings, except the Princess Quest ending, meaning that, okay, that one's canon. The ones that are comic-fied are not canon, but the Princess Quest ending, the one that is not comic-fied, is canon, so a nice little way to explain that. Let's get into what mainly is actually this entire DLC, the Vaymas, and the whole, AR world thing. This was so unexpected, not the fact that it was going to exist, but, how they do with it, where you can pass the objects, you can teleport? Okay, we had teleport in the FNAF universe now, that's a thing. Don't get me wrong, I like the whole Vaymas thing, I liked it, I liked the whole AR world, I liked it, I did like it. It's just that, wow, that is a lot. Speaking of the AR world, the Entity, which I'm pretty sure has been the name, in the files for this character, so that's what we're going to call him. That's what we're calling him. I like this guy, he's nice, intimidating. I think he's a little goofy with the whole, kind of genie tail thing. It's okay, yeah, but don't start dice, he does feel threatening, I do like him. We're not sure this is literally just a separate thing from Glitch Trap and the Mimic. We're kind of thinking it is at this point, since he was kind of trying to stop us from releasing the Mimic, so it wasn't, honestly, kind of was a good guy, not really a villain. But then he's a rabbit, come on, he has some Glitch Trap tendencies. So, yeah. Moving on to Glamrock Freddy, which was really confusing, honestly. The whole community's been confused on this, because on his foot it says prototype, and of course you guys know the model in Security Breach does not say that. That's not on his foot. So we're not sure if this is the same Freddy that what we assume Vanessa and Gregory have his head. Is it the same Freddy, or is this a different Freddy? We're not sure. It would make sense for it to be the same Freddy. I mean, it's missing a head, it's in Phaser Blaster, but then again, it says prototype, so this that one thing just shakes it off. Getting to my next thing, we had just a little mini section about Monty, Monty Gator, a lovable little beefy boy. I feel like it was a little underused, honestly. Well, I guess not underused, but I just I wish he would have had some voice line instead of just screaming, which, to be fair, when I watched Jocko's playthrough, I didn't think it was funny, because, the screaming and the growls and the grunts, but when I started watching Markiplier's playthrough, honestly, it got pretty funny.
Okay. Alright, okay. You're so scary, Monty. You're so scary. I can't. Oh, the terror. Oh, man. It's the one, it just looks like a big goofy eyeball. Oh no, he's breaking. No, Monty, don't do this. No, Monty, not like this. Monty, no.
The whole section where he goes under the water, are the landmarks waterproof? Because I don't think we've seen anything about that. Maybe we have. I don't even remember. But he just goes into the water, exposed wires, exposed into a skeleton. He's fine. But then he gets electrocuted later on in the water. So what was up with that? Move on to Grandma Chica. Now there's actually a scene in the game where you can play a Chica arcade game. It's a little hidden, and once you beat it, you get the voice box from Security Breach that Freddy had. So that doesn't make sense. Wouldn't it still be inside Freddy's mouth? Or whatever. Maybe it's inside the prototype Freddy. I don't even know at this point. But you can get that. You can repair Chica. You can repair a voice box. You can speak again, and nothing happens because of it. Just you do it, and like so far, no one's found anything to where you can like repair Monty or Roxanne. Like you get repair of them. So it's kind of like, okay, why is that a thing? Like Commandy, like in a sequel or something? Like, were they building that up or something? So, because, like, that doesn't do anything. Next, so Roxanne Wolf, which honestly is surprising, really emotional scene with her and Cassie. And honestly, there's only been, like, really one begin giving me close to crying, that was, Night in the Woods. But, man, that scene, even though Roxy's a villain, like, there's no reason for us to be emotionally attached to Roxy whatsoever. That scene almost made me cry. I'm not sure what was about it. Like, the devs before release the security, but they were saying, oh yeah, you're gonna cry. There's gonna be sections where you cry. And I'm sure if, like, I was a big Roxy fan, I probably would have, honestly. So that was like, okay, still, I kind of want to see more of that. You know, pull some punches. Make her heart break. You know, rip them in two. I like the little bond that Roxy and Cassie have. It's nice when she comes back to the ending. No, not she's surviving the Faz wrench, which does not look like a wrench being put on her face, but whatever. So maybe we'll see more of good Roxanne later games. I don't know. We'll have to find out, I guess. That's kind of the point of a sequel, to find out what happens in the original, so we can continue the story. Next, near the very beginning, and there's a short little cameo from the Blob. So the Blob is still a thing. So unlike Burntide, where, okay, yeah, the guy doesn't really exist now. The Blob exists. The Blob fucking come back. He's still around. And of course, we gotta talk about the little army of Music Men. They were adorable. One question I actually do have, what happened to DJ Music Man? Where's our boy DJ Music Man? I mean, yes, he's terrifying. He's like a giant spider Music Man with the dark black soulless eyes. But still, bro, what happened to that? A ruined DJ Music Man? That'd been so creepy and cool. Next of all, Sun and Moon, or as it's now, Eclipse, which we all guess is like the actual name of the game. We don't know if Sealed went back and quickly changed that or not, because it doesn't pop up very long, so they could have easily done that. But yeah, Eclipse, I think Eclipse is fine. I really like the characters of like Moon and Sun in this. You feel sorry for them, but you're still scared at the same time, and just, I like them, and I really hope they return, because after they go into Eclipse, they're really nice. They're really friendly. I think they're going to kind of stay that way. Like, there's no reason for them to change back into like Moon or Sun. So I feel like we will get more Eclipse. I want to see Eclipse. Maybe he'll be a good guy on our team, like, it's like Landmark Freddy or like Roxanne. I'd love to see that. The one thing that I have seen England point out is that in the bakery there was like a big statue of a golden cupcake. They could see for like decorational purposes, you know, hey, it's gold, cupcake, you know, Mr. Cupcake, and yeah, you totally could be. Honestly, it probably is. But it got me thinking, the only time we ever saw a golden cupcake in FNAF was in FNAF 3. That kind of made me think, well, you never know, like, it's just like a little pointless little lore drop or even this straight up Easter egg. But I mean, that's kind of random, right? I mean, like, what are the coincidences? Honestly, they're probably very high. Next of all, we get to see Glamrock Bonnie's dead corpse. Yippee! And if you deactivate all the pads in the game, you get to see Glamrock Bonnie in a little hidden room. So, yeah, that's nice. You know, it's just nice. Next of all, one returning character that I did not expect to see in this game, Candy Cadet. Wow! From Pizza Simulator, we got to see Candy Cadet, who's that close and nice little story to like old times, which is basically just like, honestly, if anyone's theorizing what actually meant that story, it's just the mimic. It's literally just the mimic, okay? It's just telling you the mimic exists. It's just the mimic. Don't overthink it. It's just the mimic, okay? Don't worry. When I first heard it, I was overthinking it too. Like, a lullaby, Ballora, underground FNAF 4, just location. No, it's just the mimic. So don't think into it. And I guess let's talk about the mimic. So if you guys have not been keeping up with the major lore types of thing with like the books and stuff, the mimic is a big thing, and I am not even going to try to explain it because it is the mimic. But let me just say, this is a big thing in FNAF right now, and actually see it is honestly really good. It ties into the books really nicely. We had so many hints of that in the books, and they honestly came true in the games. Yeah, it's nice to see the mimic. Also, I love the design of it. A lot of people are saying that it's generic, just like simple. But yeah, I think it is simple. It's simple but effective. And we also know that the Burntide Mimic it's the same thing now. Obviously, the mimic went inside Afton's corpse. It's obvious. But it does lead me to a question: where is Afton's body? Because we saw in the Afton ending, it had to have survived a little bit of that fire, because it technically existed. Like, it was not dust, it still existed. So where is that? If I had to guess, it's probably in Afton's chamber without the mimic, so it wouldn't be just kind of be sitting on the floor, you know, wouldn't like be upright and stuff, just, you know, kind of just rotting on the floor. And I guess we can talk about the mascots that are also in the room, that in one of the secret endings, the Mimic actually wears. And we get that scooped ending where the Mimic is murdered, but definitely not a canon ending. They would not do such a big threat like the Mimic can just kill it off in like a few minutes. That's not gonna happen. That's not the canon ending, definitely not. But yeah, the costumes are a little nice reference to the books. And also, these could predate, maybe these like, predate Fredbear's Diner. Maybe these like, Afton Henry's first ideas. You never know. Maybe there's random mascots. It's a possibility. And then we had the Fredbear ending where he's kind of running the Fredbear cutout, and you get an ending that doesn't make sense. Like, what happened? What was that? And then of course we just get what is honestly probably the canon ending, which I'm calling either the Mimic ending or the elevator ending, where the elevator comes crashing down. Gregory betrays Cassie in a horrible betrayal. And this is the one that has anything after the credits, which having Roxy say Cassie, so that's probably the canon ending. So maybe they'll set up like a sequel or another DLC with Roxy and Cassie, maybe Gregory, Vanessa, Glenn fighting back from the Pizza Plex, trying to say Cassie to get the Mimic, something like that. I don't even know. And then of course the final and fourth ending, which is at the beginning of the game, so honestly kind of the beginning actually, to where you just turn around and leave the Pizza Plex. Straight up just leave, just peace out the Pizza Plex. You don't care about Gregory, you know, forget that guy, man. I'm not going there, it's creepy. Cassie just dips on out of there, and yeah, you just leave. You leave. Nothing else to it. You leave. This is kind of funny to me. And people found this in the game files. This is one of the scariest things I've ever seen come out of FNAF. What even is this supposed to be? What is this even supposed to be? Like, realistically, what is this? For one, it's terrifying. I don't like looking at it, although I wish it was in the game because it would have been quite scary. I mean, maybe it is in the game, so I'm about for a day. Although I don't think so. I think I'm pretty sure we would have found it by now, because as far as I know, no one's found anything new today. So maybe we've already found anything. I doubt that. But maybe. It's purplish, so it's purple and it's a bunny, it's fleshy, so I'm guessing maybe Afton. I don't even know. My best bet, I'd say, is probably just scrap content. Maybe it's supposed to be the another form of the entity, or maybe it was a scrapped design of the entity, something like that. Whatever it is, probably not security breach, or a ruin, I should say. And it's probably scrap content. Maybe we'll see in the future. I love the design. It's scary. It's awesome. It's cool. I love it. I want to see it again. I want to see it return. But yeah, it's terrifying. But gets all over this FNAF security breach ruin discussion. Pretty much, I discussed everything that has been found in the game so far. If something else comes out, I'll discuss it. But so far, this might be everything. But for now, bye-bye, Scary Grip Thacker.